Alright guys, so I think we finally solved the Simpsons rapture episode, and it ties in some of the clues that we've looked into in the past. Specifically the ice cream stuff, like National Ice Cream Day and a lot of the ice cream symbolism that we found in various films. For instance, like the ice cream truck symbol. And you can find all these videos here on my Enemy Decodes channel, Brother Dana Enemy Decodes. They're just some of my older videos, so you have to kind of scroll down. But for instance, this one right here, National Ice Cream Day. I think this one right here also mentions ice cream. Okay, so getting right into it. That Simpsons Rapture episode starts like this.
Hey kids! I scream, you scream, we all scream for...
Alright, so they showed us two clues there. The first one being the reference to ice cream, and the second one is the dinner bell that she is striking with a spoon. So right now, first we're going to take a look at that second clue, the dinner bell. You'll notice that when she hits the dinner bell with the spoon, the sound that it makes doesn't line up with, what the animation is showing. If you look carefully at the animation, she's using the spoon because, the dinner bell is in the shape of a triangle, and she's using the spoon to sort of draw a path through the triangle. So let's take a look at that again real fast.
Hey kids! I scream, you scream, we all scream for...
Okay, so if that was too fast, we can watch it again in slow motion.
Hey kids!
Okay. So as you saw there, she's using the spoon to trace a path through this triangle of the dinner bell here. So starting from like here to here. So she's the path is sort of going through that one corner. So what the dinner bell triangle actually represents is one of the two triangles of the constellation Capricorn. So if you look at the constellation of Capricorn, specifically the constellation lines, you'll see that it's actually made out of these two triangles. One is, obviously larger than the other one. Now, if you look at November 8th, you'll see that the moon is going to trace out a similar path through that large triangle of Capricorn. It's the exact same path that she drew with the spoon. So let me just back up a couple hours here. See, the moon is going to go just like that. Okay. And again, that is exactly the path that Marge traces through the dinner bell with her spoon. Just like that. So by showing you the movement of the moon through Capricorn, they're showing you November 8th. But why November 8th? Why not any other month when the moon is going like that through Capricorn? Well, that's where the first clue comes into play, where she said, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, because that is a reference to National Ice Cream Day, which is on July 21st. Okay? In other words, 7-2-1. And if you look at the Enochian calendar, right here, you'll see that November 8th, the date that the moon traveled through that part of Capricorn, is Tishri 21, or 7-2-1 on the Enochian calendar, matching the date signature of National Ice Cream Day, 7/21, July 21. So that's how they use the ice cream clue and the dinner bell clue to show us November 8th, because those two clues intersect on that date. So is the rapture on November 8th? Well, maybe, but I don't think so, because they also show some other clues that might point to a day or two afterwards. So let's take a look at those real fast. Towards the end of the episode, when Homer is driving back out to the desert after his failed rapture prediction, they show first
Serious pacing problems.
the moon, and then a couple seconds after that, they show Saturn. Okay, so the moon and Saturn. And what happens just a couple days after the moon passes through that part of, the Capricorn triangle is it has a conjunction with Saturn. And actually, it's not just a conjunction. It's like it comes really close to actually obscuring Saturn, like to within less than a degree. And that is a significant astronomical event. I actually found it in this article right here, where it talks about significant events to watch for in the sky in November 2024. You can see right here, November 10th, Saturn and the moon pair up. So I believe that is what they're showing us there in when they show us the moon followed by Saturn. They're basically showing us this meeting of the moon and Saturn on November 10th. It looks like 10 p.m. I'm looking at New York City, USA Eastern Standard Time. So I guess if you're anywhere east of me, that's probably going to be November 11th. So yeah, they could be showing us rapture on November 11th. On the other hand, they could be just showing us something that happens in the sky shortly after the rapture. They can use these clues any way they want. They don't have to follow any rules or anything like that. So the rapture could very well happen on November 9th, and they just figured, well, we'll just show this meeting of the moon and Saturn that happens on the next day. So we really don't know. But we do know that all of the clues, when taken together, seem to be pointing to around that time of, November 8th through the 11th. Anyway, so to close out this video, I am just going to play my National Ice Cream Day video that was published back in July. So thank you for watching. So back in 1984, Ronald Reagan designated the third Sunday in July to be National Ice Cream Day. And this year that falls on July 21st, which is the same date that we're looking at, the full buck moon date. And so I just wanted to show you a few ways that the enemy might be planting symbols of ice cream or ice cream trucks to point to this date. Okay, so first let's take a look at this music video. It's like a 90s music video, and it's of the band Smashing Pumpkins, and the song is called Today. Okay, so right off the bat, they show the lead singer Billy Corgan in an ice cream truck. Okay, he's like the ice cream truck driver, and I'm gonna have to turn the volume down on this, and also I just have to kind of skip around because I don't want to. If I play this, I don't know if the video will be able to upload because there might be a copyright strike. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. So first of all, they show him sitting there, and there's the ice cream truck. Okay, and then you've got people here disappearing. Okay, and then he looks at another one disappearing, and another couple disappears. So what they're showing you there is the rapture event, and they're associating it with this ice cream truck. So that's possibly an association with National Ice Cream Day. And Billy Corgan here, the ice cream truck driver, he's playing the role of Satan. So after this event where all these people are disappearing, so after the rapture, he gets in the ice cream truck and starts driving. So this is like the launch of the Antichrist. And so then he's driving through these fields here, which are these very, very obviously like ripe harvest fields, because it's kind of this very strong yellow color with the blue sky. Kind of reminds me of the Ukraine flag. And he's just driving through those fields. Okay, and so he's seeing all these people like basically making out and whatnot. Okay, taking their clothes off, and so what they're showing you here, I think, he's not referring to like God's harvest fields. I think this is referring to Satan's harvest because you have these fields that look like harvest fields, but then you've got a bunch of people like fornicating in it. So there's like the harvest fields for hell or whatever. And then he picks up, this is the guitarist of the band, and he's wearing a dress. Satan likes to put men in dresses. Okay, and then he's just like shooting at the fields here. So he just goes around picking up his band members. And then they get to a gas station. This is the drummer of the band right here. And while they're gassing up, let's see here. Right here, first off, he draws an X. Okay, so this probably refers to the first and second Great American Eclipses, which drew an X across the American landmass, the North American continent. And then at this point, they start to use a lot of red paint, and they kind of go back and forth between the fornicators in the fields and lots of red paint. So it's kind of like there will be blood, during the tribulation. All the unrepentant sinners will be dying. Okay, so, and just, they tell you who's speaking in this video. I mean, if you just look up Smashing Pumpkins lyrics, okay, let me zoom this in a little bit. So right here, pink ribbon scars that never forget. I tried so hard to cleanse these regrets. My angel wings were bruised and restrained. Remember, Satan was a covering cherub. Then he says, my belly stings. So that's Genesis 3:14. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. That's why his belly stings. So so Satan's telling you, he's singing that song, if you will, to you. So he's the person communicating to you. Okay, so another 90s music video from that same like alternative music scene is the band Soundgarden, and they have this song called Black Hole Sun. So right off the bat, the title Black Hole Sun is a reference to an eclipse, so it's probably a reference to the April 8th eclipse. Okay, and the lyrics are like, black hole sun, won't you come? So he's kind of like saying, just get this over with, sort of thing, right? Because that marks the end. That eclipse marks the end. So right off the bat, you see in the beginning these, just like the Smashing Pumpkins video, you've got these kind of ripe yellow harvest fields. Let me see here. Okay, with a clear blue sky. Okay, and here it's made even more stark, with this like very, very ripe grain, and the band is playing right there in that harvest field. Okay, so they're making fun of Christians here. We're talking about the end, so they're associating this video already with biblical themes. And there's just a lot of really weird imagery. Okay. And okay, so here you've got this little girl, and yeah, here they show her eating the ice cream. Okay, so this is a reference to National Ice Cream Day. And you've got you've got this Barbie going on like a rotisserie thing over this charcoal grill. So they're showing you the whole, I think that's, what is that, Revelation 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Okay, so the Barbie here represents the whore. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that refers to the United States. And burning her with fire, is a reference to the United States being nuked during World War III. And this also explains the whole Barbenheimer phenomenon, that meme that I certainly was planted by Satan into pop culture. And that's the meme about the Barbie film and the Oppenheimer film being released on the same day, and how that's kind of an unlikely unlikely wedding there, but that's just, and then of course the Barbenheimer meme arose from that. So that's just showing you, because the Oppenheimer film is about nuclear war and Barbie is about this kind of whorish doll. So that's what whenever they show you this, like a Barbie burning or something like that, that's referring to Revelation 17:16. Okay, so that's the whole Barbenheimer thing. So she's holding the ice cream cone, and the Barbie's burning over this thing here. So, and then she starts eating it in a really disgusting way. So they're linking here the National Ice Cream Day with the with nuclear war, right? With the United States being burned as the whore, right? Okay, so then they just have this big black hole in the sky that just sucks everything in to it, and that's just a sort of depiction of that eclipse once again. Okay, just more. The Barbie here is just totally melted now. Let's see, and then you've got, she's just doing really disgusting things with this ice cream here. So, and everything starts flying into the black hole. All right, so there you go. And if you take a look at the lyrics, Satan identifies himself in this song as well. In my eyes, indisposed in disguises no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my disgrace. So, the snake, Satan, is a serpent. In disguises no one recognizes. Call my name through the cream, and I'll hear you scream again. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Won't you come, won't you come? Okay, so it's like referring to that eclipse. Now, there's a lot of this stuff with ice cream references as a symbol like this in various media, apparently, because a lot of people are finding stuff recently. So I guess this is from Raw Repent's channel on his community page. He's posting some finds with that. I think this was found by Mr. Bart Van Dyke. And I've never seen this film, but apparently this film called The Southland Tales, it shows an ice cream truck that flies into the air. So they're showing you, they're associating flying into the air with ice cream. So, rapture on National Ice Cream Day. And apparently there's another one, I guess an ice cream truck or something in the film Escape from Planet Earth. And then this one was found by another brother in Christ. In the film, I guess this is the Lego movie, this is the sequel, part 2. Emmett has a dream about a big pit being opened and the Statue of Liberty collapsing, and in his dream he sees this ice cream cone. So yeah, there you go.